Turning Points is an exciting performance with a theme of change and transition. It features romantic, neoclassical, and contemporary works, guest conducted by New Jersey Symphony music director Xian Zhang. The program begins with Phoenix-based composer Nokuthula Ngwenyama's Primal Message, which invites examination of human evolution. The elegant and expressive pianist Andrew von Oeyen is a guest soloist for Grieg's only completed piano concerto, a change from his usual composition style. Prokofiev's Fifth Symphony closes the program, a piece he had written after a 16-year break from composing in the symphonic form. Nokuthula Ngwenyama was born in 1976 in Los Angeles and currently resides in Phoenix. Ngwenyama's father was Jewish, hailed from Zimbabwe, and descended from the Lemba people of southern Africa, and her mother was from Japan, giving her a multifaceted cultural background. In the past decade, Ngwenyama has become active as a composer, mostly of chamber music, but is also a busy violist, appearing this season with the Phoenix Chamber Music Society and Arizona Friends of Chamber Music. Primal Message was composed and premiered in its original chamber music form in 2018, and later premiered in its orchestral version in 2020. This piece is a response to a question raised in a 2017 New York Times article by Stephen Johnson. If we are going to send radio signals into the universe in the hope of contacting distant civilizations, what should we be putting in those communications? The result is an imagination of what a primal message to other possible life forms might sound like. Edvard Grieg was born in Norway in 1843. He attended the Leipzig Conservatory from 1858 to 1862, which emphasized an appreciation for the tried-and-true approaches to composition. He was taught piano by Ernst Ferdinand Wenzel, a friend of Felix Mendelssohn's and Robert Schumann's, who inspired in Grieg a particular passion for the music of the latter. Hearing Clara Schumann perform her husband's piano concerto affected Edvard deeply, and he wrote in a 1903 article in the Century magazine that this work was inspired from beginning to end. It stands unparalleled in music literature and astonishes us as much by its originality as by its noble disdaining of an extrovert virtuoso style. This led Grieg to compose his only production for orchestra with a soloist. His piano concerto is in the same A minor key as Schumann's and has a few other similarities. Without trying to hide his admiration of the model, Grieg produced a work of considerable originality and displays the uniqueness of his own voice. Sergei Prokofiev was born in April of 1891 in Ukraine. He began composing his Fifth Symphony during the summer of 1944, while World War II was in full swing and he was staying in an artist's retreat outside of Moscow. I regard the Fifth Symphony as the culmination of a long period of my creative life, he wrote shortly after its premiere. I conceived of it as glorifying the grandeur of the human spirit, praising the free and happy man, his strength, his generosity, and the purity of his soul. Public curiosity ran high when this work was introduced. Prokofiev wrote that his Fifth Symphony was very important not only for the musical material that went into it, but also because I was returning to the symphonic form after a break of 16 years. It was the first symphony he had written since moving to the Soviet realm following his years as an expatriate. It scored a huge success at its premiere on an all-Prokofiev program that also included the Classical Symphony and Peter and the Wolf in January of 1845 with the State Symphonic Orchestra of the USSR in the Great Hall of the Moscow Conservatory.